Women keep score. In fact, you likely have been assigned a star system, and very few gentlemen actually have 5 stars. In fact, would you believe that 80% of women admit to the fact that they have faked orgasm at least half of the time with their partners when he is in fact putting it in? I'm Dr. Rachel, and in this video, I will review aspects of the female anatomy and the #1 predictor that will make her most likely to reach screams of joy during penetration. Faking is such a big thing that in a 2021 book entitled The Sex Lives of College Students, the author interviewed over 6,000 students ages 22 to 26. And in terms of faking an orgasm, 3 in every 4 college women in the study said that they had faked orgasm. So at this point, you got to be asking, why in the world would someone want to fake you out like that? Like, what's the reason? Well, researchers point to the #1 reason women fake orgasm is actually to avoid hurting your feelings. They want to actually make you feel good about yourself, and that's super sweet. Well, wouldn't it be great if they didn't have to do that? And the second most popular reason that women actually faked orgasm is because they were actually ready for it to end. She was ready for it to end, so she actually faked it. Now, her partner would orgasm, and then that would end the session. And when they surveyed her and asked her, well, why would you want it to end so quickly? Isn't this counterproductive? They said because they were bored, because they were not in the mood, and then the third reason is because they were tired and wanted to go to sleep. A third common reason found in the studies for why women actually fake an orgasm is because they really want to keep the relationship intact. In fact, women who are insecure within the relationships, who maybe thought that you were cheating, are more likely to fake orgasm because they want you to be happy and they want to keep the relationship intact. Now, let's do a quick anatomy review, and then we'll get to the orgasm releasing strategy. Now, there's a very little known area of the vulva that we clinically refer to as the clitoral urethral meatus distance. This is the distance between a woman's clitoris and the pee hole, or the urethral meatus. And in the sketch that I did so perfectly for you here, you'll see that the pee hole, or the urethral meatus, is labeled with an M, and the clitoris is labeled with a C. Now, the closer that the clitoris is to the pee hole, then the more likely it is that a woman will actually be able to even orgasm during penetration. There's something about that distance. The closer, the better. Now, if that distance is further apart, then orgasm through penetration is much harder to achieve. Next, we'll dive into how to know if her orgasm is actually real or fake. First, let me just be clear. I don't want you to have all this information so that you can call your partner out and be mad or even be hurt. I actually want you to use this information and have this information available to you so that you guys can truly reach a pleasurable height together. It's honestly embarrassing to think that someone's faking you out for any reason at all. But extreme pleasure is something that both of you can actually achieve. And in fact, I have a free gift pinned into the comments below that will actually help you uncover potential positions that you can try, because studies are very clear that the more positions that you're in during the throes of passion, the more likely she is to climax from those positions. So pin right below, click below, go to the link, put your email address in, and we will send it directly to you. Because when you switch positions, things just get more interesting. Yeah. So before we go full out into your orgasm releasing strategy, I want you to be able to really recognize faking. So here are the 3 signs that she's faking orgasm, and 3 signs that the pleasure is just out of control. So if you think she's faking, you should actually talk to her to see what could actually be done, because she doesn't want to fake, you don't want her faking, so all it takes is a little bit of communication. So the faking signs are, listen, lots of pleasure sounds directed straight into your ear. Now, she knows how to make you come, and she knows that using the sound of her voice, the throes of passion, directly into your ear is going to bring you to orgasm quicker than anything else, right? So if you find that that noise is directed right here, that may be a sign that she's actually faking. And it may not be that she's faking, she's just trying to turn it up a notch so that you'll finish quicker. The #2 sign that she's actually faking it is that every now and then she kind of opens her eyelids just to see if you're responding very well to her antics. Kind of looks like this. kind of like a little squinch. Now, the third sign that she's faking it is found in the vaginal canal, actually inside of her. Because an orgasm should have a rhythmic contraction. You should feel a rhythm in the tunnel of love. There's no movement down there. Likely was not an orgasm. So let's start thinking about what's happening in the brain. So there's a device called a functional MRI, which was used to scan the brains of women as they orgasm. And what they found is that brain activity speeds up and increases, leading all the way up to orgasm. And as soon as orgasm hits, brain activity significantly decreases. So if she's hopping up right as soon as it happens and she wants to go do laundry and she wants to go do this and let's go eat real quick, chances are that was a bit of a fake, right? Now, as true orgasmic pleasure actually occurs, the body gets warmer, and in some women, nipples actually become a little more erect, and there's what we call a clitoral woody. Nitric oxide is released, blood flow rushes into the clitoral area, and it actually becomes engorged. And the heart rate actually should increase, as should the breathing. If none of that's happening, chances are there might be a little bit of faking going on. Then on top of that, the contractions of the pelvic floor take place. 3 to 8 contractions, followed by 2 to 4 seconds of womb contractions that you can actually sometimes feel within the cervix. These are things that you can't fake. If that's happening, you know the pleasure is amazing. Now that you understand that women fake orgasm, I want to give you 3 tools that you can use to increase the odds that her pleasure is real and not fake. And first of all, ask her, do you orgasm mostly during penetration or oral? Now, every woman is different. This answer will give you the intel that you need to know exactly what your strategy should be. If she says, nah, I only orgasm during oral, I want you to watch my video on the West African sexual tradition called kunyaza. This is a method where you're actually focusing on the vulva or the exterior part of the vagina before you penetrate, so that by the time you do, she's actually really begging you for it. And I've actually, if you click here, it'll actually take you to the video on kunyaza. The other one is I want you to change your penetrative technique, if this is the case, so that your body is always rubbing or touching some part of the exterior portion of the clitoris. Because pressure or stroking on the clitoris will actually increase the odds of an orgasm and help you then direct your stroke inwards and upwards so that you're actually hitting the inside portion of the clitoris, and then you actually want to make sure that you're using your eyes, your hands, and your mouth for a complete pleasurable situation. The erection is just one of the gifts that God gave you to put in a pleasure situation, but pleasure has to come from the other parts too. So connect with your partner through eye contact, through kisses, using your hands. Explore her body with your hands. Use your voice to talk. Use sounds to growl. And what you're doing when you do that is you're letting her know how much you're enjoying yourself, and that causes an instant cascade of pleasure and dampness in her space. And change positions. Don't keep it the same. And if you hear these 2 very important words right there, that means change nothing, right? That'll take the orgasm right off the table. So what I want you to do now is like this video, share this video, comment, and don't forget I have a free gift pinned for you in the comments below. It's all about potential pleasure positions that you can try. Because like I said, studies show that she is more likely to climax and reach orgasms if you switch positions and keep things interesting. So click the link in the pinned comments below for immediate access to that. I'm Dr. Rachel, and I'll see you next week. Boom.